When it comes to what's happening in Wayne County and the North Carolina area, look no further than Taylor House Publishing. If you have a story that needs to be told, please contact us via email at taylorhousepublishing@gmail.com.
All right, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another video from Taylor House Publishing. This is a story concerning Goldsboro High School. A lot of the Goldsboro alumni was in town this past weekend, having fun, celebrating the legacy of Goldsboro and Dillard alumni. Yet and still, Goldsboro High School future still looks uncertain, and in some cases, to many, it looks bleak. As you may have known, that Goldsboro High School has been without a principal since the first of the year, almost 6 months. And so now, amidst the partying and all of the fellowship this weekend, I received word that the current Dillard Middle School principal, Mr. Mario Ray, is reportedly set to become the principal of Goldsboro High School. And this move, if true, would have a lot of implications. Now, if you've been following this channel, actually, Mr. Mario Ray is actually one of the first videos that I've done, and it's probably the reason in which I am doing this today. Sometimes last year, I met with a gentleman who was trying to file a civil rights complaint against Mr. Ray because of his treatment of a 13-year-old girl who was having a mental breakdown, in which Mr. Ray disallowed the counselors and the people who had a relationship with the young lady to provide the necessary intervention. Instead, he called Goldsboro police, which in turn, the situation escalated, and the child was eventually arrested, expelled from school, and charged with crimes, placed on probation. Now, you can go back and watch that series of videos. During that time, a lot of middle school students came out and parents came out about their concern with Mr. Ray's treatment of the students, treatment of staff, the way he has been known to yell and give commanding orders, almost like an authoritative disciplinarian. And that was an issue. That was my first contact with Mr. Ray. And actually, I did an interview with Mr. Ray. And you can go back and watch that one as well. He's from New Jersey, and a lot of that New Jersey attitude, vernacular, demeanor may not come off as well. So and as I gave him some grace, while he may feels that he's just being himself, anybody been around the New Yorkers or the people from New Jersey up north, their regular attitudes is a little aggressive at times and could be taken off by us Southerners in a different way. Nevertheless, Mr. Ray has been at Dillard Middle School since 2020. Now, he was made the principal instead of Miss Teresa Cox. I think she's now at Dillard Academy, and she allowed me to come speak to the students there one day. Now, before his tenure, which is about 3 years right now, at Dillard Middle School, he was actually at Norwayne Middle School. Now, during his time in Norwayne, I think it was about 2010, and let me check this article, Mr. Ray actually pled guilty to a DWI, and it was actually on November the 16th, 2010 was when he pled guilty to DWI, the charges of speeding and reckless driving were dismissed. And of course, the district, Ken Dirksen, was aware of the issue, and he made no statement. And the situation was handled according to board policy. Nevertheless, Mr. Ray continued to be the principal of North Wayne until 2015. Now, it was at 2015, and you can read some of this article with me. I'll share parts of it with you. It was in 2015 that Mr. Ray resigned as principal, citing personal reasons for his departure. Now, all through this article, as you see the first paragraph, he said he was not forced to resign. Nevertheless, Wayne County Public Schools also said that he resigned effective immediately. Now, we all know what those immediate resignations have shown to be within this past few months. But they will not provide the details, calling it once again a personal matter. So we have to ask ourselves, what is the personal matter? Now, at North Wayne, he was first hired as a teacher for 2 years. Then he was hired as the principal in 2005 and served for 10 years until he was resigned for personal matters. Now, to quell any rumors that he was fired or forced out, Ray told the New Guardians it was the best interest for himself and his children to resign. He said that he met with his staff to make the announcement at his own request. Now, anytime anyone says, well, I felt that it was in my best interest, there's always, in my experience, some sort of conflict, some sort of friction that brings that phrase about. Well, I just felt like if I go to a store and I see a cash register agent that I've had some issues with in the past, I say, okay, well, it's in my best interest to go to another store or go to another cash register. You know what I mean? Anytime that someone uses that phrase, in my opinion, there has to be a little more context that could be added. And he said, I was on top of everything at the school. The structure, the routine, the discipline that we had, that the school was tremendous. Now, also, I want to focus on that discipline part, but I'm going to get to that in a minute. But lastly, he says, I want to do something new. It may be in education, it may not be. I want to take these next couple of months to see if I want to go back into the education field or if I want to try something different. Now, also, he said, I never once let anything personal interfere with my job performance at North Wayne. So, is he admitting by that sentence that there were some personal issues? Like, once again, anytime somebody says that, I never let anything personal that I'm going through get in the way of my job, that's basically a de facto admission that you got some stuff going on. But nevertheless, he says, I gave 110% to the students, the parents, and the staff every single day for 12 years. Now, during my research of Mr. Ray, I've heard it said that, yeah, the parents at North Wayne got rid of him. Now, why they got rid of him, I don't know. But nevertheless, he resigned because of personal issues and his best interest. I was told that the parents, refused to put up with his behavior, whatever that behavior may have been. So, now he is at, 5 years later, he, I guess, miraculously say, okay, well, y'all want to be back in education. He gets the job at Dillard. I've done several videos about some of the issues that he's had. He most recently tried to expel some students for an incident that happened off campus outside of school hours that they didn't do, and then of course he rescinds the suspension after I make a video or whatever. So several parents have reached out to me because of his actions, and so it begs the question, how or why is he being appointed to be the next or the incumbent Goldsboro High School principal? Now, I heard this from several sources, and one source told me, hey, you better be careful, because if you make a video about it, they're liable to change up just to make you look uncredible or incredible. I don't think uncredible is a word, but incredible. Incredible is a good thing, I guess. So, nevertheless, it was, it's already a foregone conclusion that unless he goes somewhere else, the job is basically his. And so, considering his track record, and he's very, once again, high on discipline. People have said that he almost runs it like a military school, or students are not allowed to do this and that and the other, which goes in line with the current superintendent, Mark Witchard's theme of discipline. Now, if you went to the budget meeting last year when everybody was kind of outraged about the shuffling around and closing of certain schools, one thing that he harped on in that meeting was discipline. Discipline, and my father, didn't allow me to do this and that, and he was he harped on discipline, even in his speech at the Dillard Alumni Award Banquet Thursday. It was almost, as I was talking to my brother Tracy Suggs, and he pointed out, said, look, these children don't need a disciplinary speech. These children are the cream of the crop. They're the ones who get scholarships. So why are you telling them, well, don't make stupid decisions and don't do this and don't do that? If you go back and listen to their speech, there's almost like he's talking to a group of juvenile delinquents. Like he did not read the room. Nevertheless, if this hire falls in line with Dr. Witchard's theme of discipline, then, the high school may be in for a rude awakening. We all know that the high school has been struggling. They recently closed Goldsboro High School and moved the students to the Wayne Engineering Building, which is not that much newer and much better than the old building. And actually, a gentleman close to the situation sent me a message, and this was about 3 weeks ago. I just never got around to addressing it. But he brings something that I want you guys to consider too. He says, Mr. Taylor, sorry to message you so late, but I had this on my mind. If you ride by Goldsboro High School at the moment, you will see several tractor trailers and construction workers. Now that the administration staff is taking over the old, quote unquote, old GHS, the central office has decided that the building needs updating. They're putting in all new flooring and all new central heating and air. I have even heard from one teacher that they are replacing all the doors in the building because they don't like the blue doors that are currently there. Now, and I'm going to show you a picture of what he's talking about, of the students complaining of the flooring. Like the floor is all torn up, as you can see. Nevertheless, heating and air conditioning, all of these things have been several complaints. So why now, when the administration is taking these buildings, now all of a sudden they're deciding to upgrade the building? Did not the students deserve upgrades while they were there? And just like it's being done right now during the summer, it definitely could have been done during one of the summer months, or accommodations may have been made. And he continues, it says, it amazes me that they thought the current conditions were good enough for students, but isn't good enough for office staff. The students have been complaining specifically about the flooring and the heat AC for years now. Now that the office staff will have an updated building while GHS students move to a building that is slightly better than what they had, yet it's still out of date. This is what I mean. This is why I love what I do, because I give people a voice that would otherwise be unable to speak. He says, due to some professional reasons, I can't be too vocal about this. However, I hope you can shine a light on this and bring it to the public's attention. Wayne County Public Schools should be ashamed of themselves for the way they treat GHS. And that is an issue that I was talking to, a couple of people about. When, it's great that we have the Dillard alumni. It's great that people come from all over the state and the nation to participate. Goldsboro High School has produced some very successful individuals, and we are thankful for that. But the current condition of the school, the current condition of the future of the school is in danger. And so if those alumni and those people who were born from that Cougar pride do not step in and voice their opinion, then the legacy that we come back every year on May 29th, 8th, whatever the date it is, to celebrate, the legacy will be erased and there will be no more. Many people, I heard a guy make a Facebook post during Memorial Day weekend. Hey, just there's a looming question. Is Goldsboro High School going to close? We don't know. But for all intents and purposes, if it's not closing, it's definitely not going to be the school that many of us know. And so I want to challenge the people. And, I told one lady about it. And once again, there's actually a petition right now online. I'll show it to you. There's a petition right now to remove Mario Ray from the principal of Dillard Middle School. It's on change.org. The petition is right here. You can see it right here. And it references that female child that was arrested without cause. Several students witnessed the incident. And this petition, as of today, I think it has not been very much promoted. I think it has about 67 signatures. Nevertheless, these are people, Dillard alumni, who were concerned about, not only the middle school, but also the high school. So if it does happen, Mr. Ray, you heard it from here first. But that is definitely a issue that we have to keep an eye on, considering the history of, Mr. Ray's propensity to, just send children to alternative school. And I've been to school board meetings where the focus was, okay, well, how long can we send a child to alternative school? Or, if a child goes to alternative school in the middle of one semester, he has to spend a whole nother semester. And of course, that is extra money for each individual child who receives that special schooling. So you heard it here first. Once again, the question about Goldsboro High School still looms. What will become of the alma mater of myself, but also many of my friends, family, and relatives. A lot of people are concerned about Mr. Ray's handling of middle school students. And if he gets up there and starts to yelling and talking to some of them high school students, it may not go too well for all parties involved. What do you think? Do you think that he's a good fit for Goldsboro High School after, being resigned from Norwayne Middle? Also he does have a criminal record, of course, people like to point that out about me. So, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that. But what do you guys think? 919-587-7782. If you have any information that can clarify or bring any context to anything of this story, or if you have another story that you want to bring to the forefront, don't hesitate to call or send an email, taylorpublishinghouse@gmail.com. Thank you all for watching this video, watching this channel, sharing the information, liking the videos. All of those things are very much appreciated. Always, if you want to make a donation, Cash App, Rich Money 7777. But I thank y'all for tuning in. Peace and blessings. Y'all have a great day.